Hi and welcome to my Playhouse, and I got a lot of questions about the tiny little Denver camera, the 1300 AC, and people are asking me, is it worth buying? And I don't know, depends on what you want to use it for. So today we're gonna play with it, and I have some assistance from my neighbor's kids, and we have a plan, and here's the plan. The camera is mounted on this little electric car, and we're gonna go take it for a ride. The final preparations for the car is being done. The camera is being surely mounted and positioned in the right direction. And this was a brand new car. He just got it for his birthday, or rather he bought it from his money that he got from his birthday, so he was very much afraid of breaking the camera. I would be more afraid of breaking the car, because the car was about 10 times as expensive as the camera, so I didn't have any problem. So we did film on the way here, but I found out something really irritating. When the camera runs dry of power, it deletes everything on the card. That's not a very good feature. Like, we did this recording about 5 times. This is now we're on board the Denver camera and the car, and this is very shaky. I don't like this much. But it's definitely action. If you like shaky action, this is action. So it runs around and it shakes a lot. But it was a lot of fun filming this. Although we had to do this 5 times because the camera was on low power, and we did a recording and went in to see what it looked like, and there would be nothing there. And we did it again, and there would be nothing there. And finally I figured out that it was because the camera ran dry of power every time, and it just didn't record the films. It didn't, when it shut down because of not enough power, it deleted everything. Here we are on board the camera, the car again. You can drive through narrow streets here and get stuck and need help. But this is definitely an angle you don't see every day, so in that perspective this is kind of fun. And would I buy this camera? Yeah, if I wanted to play around with this like this and not worry about a very expensive camera, this would be very good. Here I'm checking the camera if it's recording again, just not to waste our time, but it's still recording, so let's go on. Here we drive around some more. Yeah, he bumps into a lot of stuff, and I think 5 times the plastic and the thing that we mounted on the car stayed on the car, but the plastic gave up. Here,
Cool.
I took the camera out of its case and I filmed the car from the Denver 1300 AC. And it looks pretty nice when you do this. And the entire family is here. So very slow pictures. It provides a good picture when you do it like this. No stabilization whatsoever, of course. Here is my normal video camera again. Yeah, and here we just ran into this concrete block and the camera fell off again. So it had to be put back on.
It's an action
It has an
camera. It's
attachment
supposed to
clip
be
that
doing that.
when it gets a nice big bump, it will fall off. That cannot be a very good feature either. But we had a really good time recording this and got to film some funny angles as well. But it's really cool that you can mount a little camera on a little car like this and see the results afterwards. So in that perspective it's pretty cool, but I don't think the footage is very good.
Apparently the plastic mechanism is not good enough for
Here
children
it
use.
ran into a pole again and the camera dropped off.
It keeps falling off when
And
the car is
but it was quickly mounted back and went for another ride. And yeah, I had to play brave and wanted to film the car coming fast against me running around here. And wanted to get it from a lower angle to pretty nice. And
det er så godt ud.
And yeah, it's right about here that he runs into me. Ouch.
Påkørt.
It hits hard, but that time the camera didn't fall off. I must be softer. So here we are on board the camera again, and this is just another run. I think I would buy the camera for this. It's if you wanted to play with kids and have a good time recording what the electric car is doing, this is kind of okay. The footage is not usable for anything else than putting on your YouTube or your Facebook account for everybody to see for fun. It can't be used for anything professional in any account, but this was a lot of fun, and every time we did a shot and went back into the house to see what the camera had recorded, the kids thought it was pretty cool. So yes, it's definitely worth $30-something to do that, and it might be shaking a little too much because I was afraid of mounting it too hard on the car, because the car was so much more expensive than the camera. So it might be possible to mount this a bit tighter so that it could get a little less bumpiness. I don't think it's much, but it might be a little less bumpy. Yeah, so one little tiny test with a car is not really enough, so I kind of figured out another idea I want to try. I really wanted to try and put it up in a hydrogen balloon, but I haven't been able to make hydrogen yet, so I made something else fun that I would like to show you. I made this. I put the camera on this. These are a couple of lamp things. It's some kind of a fancy lamp. And I put a string all the way down through the garden. So, and now I wanted to record what the camera does. That didn't get far. Yeah, this string is not very good. It gets looser and looser. So I'll just tighten it a bit and we'll try again. Ready for action. Same result. That proved much more difficult task. I didn't think it would be that problematic, so I had to change the string over the garden, but I had to grease it up and do other modifications, but I'm gonna have another go at it now. Still some bumps on the road. It got a lot further this time, but it's still stuck down there. So once again, something that should only take 5 minutes is now a project that has already taken over an hour. And I am renewing these weights. They might be a bit too heavy, but I don't think I can do much about that. But I'm gonna make it more stable. I'll just put this together with gaffer tape, and that's not holding up very well. So I'll show you what I'm up to. I have taken this apart, and it is consisting of these elements. There are a couple of elements, and I'm gonna put these between the two rollers. And I found this, it's kind of a crap piece of metal, and I just drilled a few holes in it. Actually just 2 holes. And I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah, it's mounted. So yet, after a lot of fiddling around, I think I'm ready to have another go. And it went all the way. Pretty cool. So here's the string. I don't think you can, maybe you can see this here. And the string that goes down in the garden. And there's the camera. Guess it took kind of a knocking here. Just take it off and unload it. So we're ready at another run. I'm gonna turn on the camera here. Oh, with one hand. Oh, and the on button is there. It's on. And we're gonna start filming. And it is filming, so let's put it all the way back here. It's on the way, and just let go. And let's go get it. And as you can see, the camera is now suddenly off. Not just off with the tape, but it has shut off. I tried this 4 times to get the video of this. Now we're gonna go in and have a look at what's on this thing. I deleted everything, so now it should only be the last recording if it recorded anything. To get stuff off this thing, you plug it into a computer. Take it off the case here. I'm sitting on the lead. And now plug it in. And this is not it, but when I turn it on, just minimize this. When I turn it on, it will go into PCO, and if you want to scan it, don't scan it. What's on it? And there's a file, and it's 0 bytes big. So all the hard effort just went into, again, nothing. I haven't been playing around with this too much. I've been trying to get the rope car to work, and I've turned off the camera and it's not keeping power, and when it powers off, I don't know if it powers off when it gets a big knock, because it seems like it's doing something. So this is irritating a lot. Well, I had some pretty cool runs on the cable car. Unfortunately, every time I tried to get a file out of the camera, it hadn't recorded anything. All the bad runs, it recorded okay. And I'll really have to change my recommendation if you should buy this, because mine is dead. I was pretty sure that it might be out of power, and that was why it shut off, but I let it be on the computer and powered it off, and well, now I can't power it on again. And that's kind of irritating. So it's pretty dead. I haven't tried the reset button yet, but that's next. Just to make sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong, I checked the manual, and if you want to reset this little camera, you're on your own, because the manual doesn't mention it with one word. Oh, that's not true. It actually tells you that this is the reset. And that's about it. It tells you where the reset is, but it doesn't tell you what it resets. So I'll reset whatever it's resetting. But the reset actually does do something. So now it's on again. If it stops working, press the reset. So now I can go have another drive at the cable car. I finally got a few trips on the cable car. It seems that the bump at the end was enough to make the camera shut down. Action my ass, pardon. I got a couple of shots, and you can see them right here. So at the end, will I recommend this? Well, at a point in the middle of this when it was not working, I wouldn't. I wasn't ready to take it apart and see what was inside. But pressing the reset button and it was all fine again. Weird. Yeah, it's a funny toy. The footage is not really that good. I have a lens flare in the middle of my eye now. That's not good. For $36, you can't expect a lot. And this is a good toy. I would give it to some kid. They would have a lot of fun with this. I would not use it for anything serious. But the cable car, I'm not ready to put this camera on the cable car because I'm not sure that it won't get beaten up. So for that little experiment, something like this would be okay, good, to test it out. And then when it's been tested a few times, I could put on a big camera, which I'm not sure I would do. I would like to have the big camera on to have a comparison of how the footage would look on a big, more expensive camera like the one I'm filming with. But yeah, this is a good toy. I don't think action camera is the right word for it. I would call it a mini camera. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel, please. And you'll see me again. Have a nice day. Bye bye.